the strange spot your cat doesn't want you to ignore. You've probably seen this happen without giving it much thought. Your cat is calmly standing beside you, you gently pat the area right above the base of its tail, and suddenly everything changes. Its back arches, the tail rises high into the air, the purring gets louder. Sometimes your cat even turns around, rubs against your hand, and seems to ask you to do it again. At first, it looks like a funny little quirk. Many people laugh about it or assume their cat simply enjoys being scratched there. But what if this reaction means something much deeper than simple pleasure? What if your cat is revealing a hidden part of its instincts every time it responds this way? Here's where things become fascinating. Studies of feline behavior show that cats rarely react so intensely without a reason. Specialists who have spent years observing domestic cats explain that many of their everyday behaviors are connected to instincts that have survived for thousands of years. Even the smallest movement can carry information about comfort, trust, communication, or physical sensitivity. That raises an intriguing question. Is your cat really enjoying those but pats? Or is it responding automatically? Is this a simple reflex controlled by the nervous system? Could it be a silent way of communicating with someone it completely trusts? Or have humans misunderstood this behavior for generations because we've been looking at it through human eyes instead of feline instincts? The truth is that this tiny spot near the base of your cat's tail is connected to far more than most owners realize. It involves the body, the brain, emotions, memory, and even social behaviors that cats use with one another. Some reactions are signs of complete relaxation, others may reveal something your cat wants you to notice, and surprisingly, not every cat experiences these touches in the same way. By the end of this video, you'll understand why one simple pat can produce completely different reactions from different cats. Why forcing this interaction can damage trust without you realizing it, and why your cat may have been communicating something important every single time it lifted its back toward your hand. Everything begins with understanding what makes this tiny area of your cat's body so incredibly special. Why this tiny area is so sensitive. Most people think they're patting their cat's tail, but that's not actually what's happening. The area your hand touches is the base of the tail, where the spine, muscles, and a large number of nerve endings come together. It is one of the most responsive parts of a cat's body, which helps explain why such a gentle touch can trigger such a noticeable reaction. Researchers who study feline behavior explain that this region plays an important role in posture and movement. When a cat feels comfortable, stimulating this area can naturally cause the back to arch and the tail to lift. For many cats, this sensation is pleasant because it activates muscles they cannot easily reach or stretch on their own. That does not mean every cat enjoys it. Just as some people love shoulder massages, while others dislike being touched there, every cat has its own preferences. Some will lean into your hand immediately. Others will tolerate it for a second before calmly walking away. A few may flatten their ears or flick their tail, quietly telling you they've had enough. One surprising detail is that many owners accidentally discover this sensitive spot during everyday petting. They are not trying to create a specific reaction, yet the cat responds almost instantly. This often leads people to believe they've found a magical button that every cat loves. In reality, they have simply touched one of the body's most responsive areas. But physical sensitivity alone cannot explain why some cats actively seek this interaction from one person while rejecting the exact same touch from someone else. If the nerves are the same, why does the reaction change depending on who is doing the petting? The answer has much less to do with anatomy than with something every cat values above almost everything else: trust. Your cat isn't just feeling the touch, it's reading your intentions. Cats don't experience touch the way humans often imagine. For them, every interaction carries meaning. They are constantly asking one silent question: do I feel safe with this person? The answer to that question often determines whether a touch feels comforting or unwelcome. Specialists in feline behavior explain that cats build emotional associations through repetition. When gentle petting consistently happens during calm, positive moments, the brain begins connecting that touch with safety, relaxation, and trust. Over time, what started as simple physical contact becomes part of a familiar ritual between the cat and its favorite person. This is why two people can touch the exact same spot and receive completely different reactions. A trusted owner may get an arched back, loud purring, and a cat that presses closer for more. A stranger using the same movement may see the cat stiffen, step away, or ignore the interaction altogether. Researchers have observed that cats pay close attention to much more than your hand. They notice your voice, your body language, your speed, and even your emotional state. Before your hand ever reaches them, many cats have already decided whether they feel comfortable enough to enjoy being touched. That is why earning a cat's trust cannot be rushed. Every respectful interaction becomes another reason for the cat to lower its guard. In many cases, those enthusiastic reactions near the base of the tail are not simply about enjoying the sensation. They are also a reflection of the confidence your cat has developed in you. But if trust is so important, another mystery appears. Why do some cats adore butt pats from the very beginning, while others never seem to enjoy them, no matter how patient and gentle their owners are? Why some cats absolutely love IT, while others hate IT? One of the biggest mistakes cat owners make is assuming that every cat should react the same way. They see videos online of cats raising their backs and purring during butt pats, then wonder why their own cat simply walks away or even seems annoyed. The truth is that there is no universal feline response. Just like people, cats have unique personalities. Some actively seek physical affection and enjoy frequent contact. Others prefer shorter interactions and decide exactly when and how they want to be touched. Neither personality is more loving than the other. It's simply the way each cat experiences the world. Early life also plays an important role. Kittens that grow up with gentle, positive handling often become more comfortable with human touch as adults. On the other hand, cats that experienced rough handling, frightening situations, or very little social interaction may remain much more selective about physical contact. Age can influence these preferences as well. Younger cats are often more playful and tolerant of different kinds of interaction, while older cats may become more sensitive because of natural changes in their joints and muscles. Even temporary stress can make a cat reject a type of touch it usually enjoys. Experts in feline behavior often remind owners that respecting these individual preferences is one of the fastest ways to strengthen trust. Ironically, the less you try to force affection, the more likely your cat is to seek you out on its own. There is another detail that many people overlook. Sometimes a cat isn't refusing, but pats because it dislikes them. Sometimes it is trying to tell you that something doesn't feel right. A sudden change in behavior can be one of the quietest signals that your cat needs a little more attention. When this behavior can actually be a warning sign, imagine a cat that has always loved gentle pats near the base of its tail. Then, almost overnight, it begins stepping away, tensing its body, or turning its head every time your hand reaches that spot. Many owners assume their cat is simply being moody. Sometimes that's true, but sometimes your cat is trying to communicate that something has changed. Veterinarians and feline behavior specialists recommend paying attention whenever a familiar behavior changes suddenly. Cats instinctively hide pain because, in the wild, appearing vulnerable could put them at risk. Instead of crying out, they often communicate through small changes in body language. Discomfort around the lower back or tail can have several causes. Mild skin irritation, an insect bite, muscle soreness after an awkward jump, stress, or age-related stiffness can all make this area more sensitive. In some cases, arthritis or discomfort affecting the spine or hips may also make a cat avoid being touched there. The key is to look at the whole picture. A relaxed cat usually keeps its muscles loose, its ears in a neutral position, and may even lean into your hand. A cat experiencing discomfort often becomes tense, flicks its tail sharply, flattens its ears, moves away, or reacts much more quickly than usual. One sign alone does not confirm a problem, but several changes together deserve your attention. There is no reason to panic if your cat refuses but pats once or twice. Cats have changing moods just like we do. What matters is noticing patterns. The better you know your cat's normal behavior, the easier it becomes to recognize when something feels different. This raises an even more fascinating question. If this area is so important to your cat's body and emotions, what role does it play when cats communicate with each other? The secret language hidden in your cat's back end, to us lifting the back or raising the tail, may look like a funny reaction. To another cat, those same movements can carry an entire message. Cats rely on body posture far more than vocal sounds, and the position of the tail is one of their clearest forms of communication. Researchers who observe cats living together have found that relaxed, confident cats often approach one another with their tails held upright. This posture signals peaceful intentions and helps avoid unnecessary conflict. Around trusted companions, cats may also expose the area near the base of the tail without feeling threatened, something they would rarely do if they felt unsafe. That area is also close to scent glands that produce chemical signals unique to each cat. While humans cannot detect these scents, cats gather an incredible amount of information through them. This is one reason they spend so much time sniffing each other during friendly greetings. They are collecting details about identity, familiarity, and emotional state. When your cat lifts its hindquarters as you pet it, it is not consciously treating you like another cat. However, experts explain that this response may be influenced by the same instinctive behaviors used during relaxed social interactions. Your cat is allowing access to a vulnerable area because, in that moment, it feels secure enough to let its guard down. Seen this way, what looks like a silly habit becomes something much more meaningful. It is often a small display of comfort and confidence built through countless positive experiences with you. But once owners learn this, many make a mistake that quietly damages the very trust they worked so hard to earn. The biggest mistake cat owners make after learning this: once people discover that many cats enjoy butt pats, they often assume that more is always better. They pat harder, do it more often, or reach for that spot every time the cat walks by. Ironically, this is where a pleasant experience can quickly become an unwanted one. Cats appreciate having control over their interactions. Animal behavior specialists explain that even a type of touch a cat enjoys can become stressful if it is repeated too long or at the wrong moment. A cat that was happily purring a few seconds ago may quietly decide it has had enough. The difference between a cat that wants you to continue and one that wants you to stop is usually subtle. Watch the tail. A relaxed tail held naturally or gently raised is often a good sign. A tail that suddenly starts whipping from side to side usually means your cat is becoming irritated. The ears tell another part of the story. Neutral ears suggest comfort, while ears turning sideways or flattening can signal that your cat is losing patience. Pay attention to the rest of the body as well. A relaxed cat may lean into your hand, rub against you, or even return after walking a short distance. A tense cat may stiffen its muscles, step away, glance back repeatedly, or position its body so you can no longer reach that area. The most rewarding interactions happen when you let your cat set the pace. Stop before your cat feels the need to end the session. This leaves the experience positive and makes it far more likely that your cat will seek you out again later. In the end, the real secret was never about finding the perfect place to pet your cat. It was about learning to listen to what your cat has been quietly saying all along. Your cat has been telling you this all along. What started as a funny little reaction turns out to be something much more meaningful. Those butt pats are not a hidden button that works on every cat. They are one small part of a much bigger conversation that has been happening between you and your cat every single day. The way your cat responds is shaped by several things working together. Physical sensitivity makes the area near the base of the tail more responsive. Instinct influences how the body reacts. Past experiences determine whether the touch feels familiar or uncomfortable. Most importantly, trust decides whether your cat welcomes that interaction or chooses to walk away. Scientists who study feline behavior often point out that cats communicate through tiny changes that most people never notice. A slight shift in posture, the position of the tail, relaxed muscles, or the decision to stay close instead of leaving can reveal far more than loud vocalizations ever could. Once you begin paying attention to these details, your cat's behavior starts making sense in ways you never expected. This is why understanding your cat is not about memorizing a list of behaviors. It is about learning to observe. Every cat has its own personality, preferences, and boundaries. The more you respect those differences, the stronger your relationship becomes. So the next time your cat lifts its back, as your hand reaches that familiar spot, don't think only about whether it enjoys the sensation. Ask yourself what your cat is really communicating in that moment. Is it inviting you to continue? Is it showing complete trust? Or is it politely asking for a little space? Once you learn to recognize these silent messages, you'll stop seeing butt pats as a strange habit and start seeing them for what they often are. Another way your cat tells you exactly how it feels without saying a single word.